Hey, how's it going, everybody? I'm gonna walk you through how to play Mercy by Black Rebel Motorcycle Club, and it's a fairly easy song. Once you know the chords and the strumming pattern, everything else falls in line. So I guess I'm gonna do the first two verses and then just do the sort of guitar solo thing that he does. I'll play through that just to show you, and then I'll break it down and we can come back to it, alright? Left you for the kill, but this whole sorrow leaves a man with nothing. There's just no mercy in this child. There ain't no time to set things right. I'm afraid I've lost the fight. I'm just a paper reminder. Another day you'll leave behind. Alright, I think that was a good enough playthrough for the song so you can get an idea of what it's supposed to sound like. So first, starting off, we're going to be in standard tuning. Just, you know, Eddie Dynamite, Goodbye Eddie, straight all the way down through. My E string is tuned to like an F right now, but you probably heard it during it shouldn't be an F. I don't feel like changing it right now, but pretend it's an E for right now, even though it doesn't quite sound like it. Alright, so the first chord we're gonna go for is a D chord, and if you don't know what a D chord is, it's first finger on the second fret of the G string, third finger on the third fret of the B string, and your middle finger on the second fret of the E string, regular D chord. And the strumming pattern is sort of just like you get to hit like a bass note. So the bass note technically it would be the fourth string, and then up and down. Hear that? A bass, boom, down, up, down, up, down, up, down, up, down. So every time it's just a down up strum, but every time you do the down up strum, just hit the bass note. See, there's not much of a delay between the bass note. It's more have like a folky kind of tuning to it. So that's basically the strumming for the entire song. Each chord you're gonna do is, and if that's too hard at first, you can just down up, down up, down up. You don't have to hit the bass note, and eventually if you want to get to hitting the bass note, you can. So the first chord we're going to go for is B, and we're going to go through the intro. The intro is fairly simple. It's and right there, that sound altercation that I'm doing, it's something we're going to get into later in the song. But basically when you're doing the down and up, you're gonna, your pinky, you're gonna add it to the third fret, whatever. You're gonna keep the D formation and just add it to the third fret of the E string. So and then that's basically the intro of the whole song, and before he starts the chorus with Time Stands Still. So now I'm gonna break down what all the verses are like. All the verses and the chorus is the same chord. So for the verse, the chords are D, B minor, and G. It's just that simple. So you have the D chord. Play that for 2 bars. Left you there for the kill. And then C, you play the D for 2 bars, and then you play 1 bar of the B minor chord. Then switch to 1 bar of the G. And then you're gonna play through that twice. He does that twice for the verse, and yeah. And if you don't know what the B minor chord is, you bar the 2nd fret completely. Your ring finger is on the 4th fret of the A string, and your pinky follows up behind it on the 4th fret of the D string, and then your middle finger, the only one left, would be on the G string. And that's your B minor chord if you're not familiar with that. If you're not familiar with bar chords, learn it. It's a pretty easy bar chord to start off with, especially with the way the chords transition in this song. Anyway, we're gonna get down. That was just the verse. So now we got the verse. Let's play through it. I'll play through it kind of slow so you can get the feel for it, and you can play with me. Feel free. Time stands too still. Left you for the kill, but this whole sorrow leaves a man with nothing. And then that's when we transition into the chorus. So that's the first verse, 2nd verse, 3rd verse, except for the final verses, which we'll go over with the kind of solo pattern he does on the guitar. And but for right now, we're going to go into the chorus right now. And the chorus is essentially the same strumming pattern the whole song. In the chorus, the chords, real quick, are going to be D, A minor, well, actually just straight up A chord, and then back to the B minor chord, the bar chord that we did earlier, and then it goes to G. And of the chorus, I'm going to play through it right now, and I'm going to tell you when the changes are. Alright, so normally you go, there's just no mercy in your eyes. D, A, B minor, G, B, A, D minor, G, G, A minor, B, G, A minor, D. And see that last little transition when he goes, I'm just a painful reminder, and you finish and you go, I'm just a painful reminder. You see how that works? I'm gonna do it one more time and you're gonna see the difference. Normally it's D, A, B minor, and G, but when you get to painful reminder, it's gonna be 2 bars of G, then A minor, then B, and then back to D. Another day you leave behind. And at the end, for another day you leave behind, it's just G, then A, then D. And that closes the chorus. That's the entire chorus, alright? So, I won't be singing along this time. Feel free to play and join me. And I'm going to beat through it. I'll say the chord transitions as we go, and I'll play a little bit slower for you, alright? So you can see it. D, A, B minor, G, B, A, B minor, G, D, A, B minor, G, G, A minor, B minor, D, G, G, D. and that's pretty much it. That's the verse, and that's the chorus. That's for every chorus and for every verse. Now, after the second verse in the song, well, usually one person from the band plays the song, but when they go into sort of this interlude where you hear the really simple. What it is just the same strumming pattern, the rhythm. If you listen to the song, you'll see the strumming pattern. It's just variations of strumming up and down. And you're going to keep a D chord formation, right? And the only thing that's going to change is your pinky and your middle finger. Those are the fingers that are going to be picked up. So the first is going to be what we did in the intro, starting with the pinky. And then I pick it up after the first note, so it's pinky down, pinky up, but my middle finger is still on it. And then the second part, you keep your middle finger on, then you pick it up. I'm gonna over exaggerate so you can see it. You see, it's just a variation of picking up those two fingers, and you'll get the hang of it if you just play through it. It's really easy. It's just then he goes back into the verse again for the third verse, where he's like, the world seems so blind, and he goes right into the verse after that little interlude. And after the third verse, he has two other verses, like, why won't you speak now? You know, that part of the song, and it's so like the boom. So it opens up the same way, essentially. So you do the pinky, and now what that is it's a lot easier than it sounds. It's just how you want to start off. You want to use the bass note, the E string. Mine's currently out of tune. So you're going to have your finger to start with on the 3rd fret of the E string, and either your ring finger or your pinky, whichever one you're more comfortable with, on the 3rd fret of the other E string. So, and then you just have 2 strums. And after the second strum, you slide down from 3 to 5, right? So that's the first slide, and then the second slide goes from 5 to 7, and then when you go to 7, you go all the way back up to 3, go down the same path to 7, and the second time you come down, you're gonna play all the way to 9. So you're gonna, in the beginning, I'm gonna go through it. You go 3, 5, 7, 3, 5, 9. So you get that? 3, 5, 7, 3, 5, 7, 9. And that's how he essentially plays it. And I know that before he does the there's like a little interlude thing where he kind of plays like where he's playing the D chord, and it sounds more open. It's just you picking up your middle finger, and it gives you that kind of open sound. And that's pretty much how you play Mercy. You want to get the hang of this sliding thing down. It's basically, you're just, after the second, just, if you think about it, you go up and down really quick, and then on the up strum you want to slide down. That's the trick to do it, so it slides fluently throughout the whole thing. And what I did right there was just, after playing the D, just go to A. That's how the song pretty much ends. It's D, then A, then G. That's a G chord. Then it ends on a D minor chord. And yeah, that's Mercy. Practice. I'll have the chords and the link to the description. Sorry if this wasn't clear. This is actually my first tutorial, and I hope you guys liked it.